It's not a sure thing that players are going to become managers. Many players who are formerly regarded as among the finest can't cope with the pressures of the profession. And the same can be said for footballers who didn't have the best playing careers but became some of the best managers the sport has ever seen. Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 10 brilliant coaches who used to be famous footballers. Or I guess not the 10, a couple of 10. So anyways, make sure to stay till the end of the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell to keep updated with all of our videos. So let's get into it. Number 10, Roberto Mancini. Roberto Mancini is regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of Italian football. He played for the several top Italian clubs, including Sampdoria and Lazio. The forward had a fantastic professional football career, winning 2 Serie A titles, with each of the 2 clubs. He also won the Coppa Italia 6 times and the European Cup Winners' Cup on many occasions. On the other hand, Mancini surpassed his playing days as a manager, winning 3 league titles and a cup with Inter Milan before leading Manchester City to their first Premier League title. Later, in 2020, he guided Italy to their first European Championship victory since 1968. Number 9, Antonio Conte. The Italian is regarded as one of the modern game's top coaches among players who become managers. He's also had a good career as a professional. Conte has won several significant awards over his nearly 2-decade career as a player for Lecce and Juventus. He won numerous Serie A titles, as well as the Champions League and other domestic and international cup competitions. He had similar success as a manager, winning the league title in Italy's second division before guiding Juventus to 3 consecutive Serie A titles. In his first season as a Chelsea manager, Conte also won the Premier League before winning the Italian League with Inter Milan. Number 8, Diego Simón. Diego Simón, a cult fighter at Atletico Madrid, is one of the best examples of former players who became successful managers. The former Argentina international had a successful playing career, winning with La Liga with Atletico Madrid before winning league and cup titles with Lazio and Inter Milan in Italy. Simón had also had international success, winning 2 Copa America titles and an Olympic silver medal with Argentina. As a manager, he won league titles with River Plate and Estudiantes La Plata in Argentina. He then led Atletico Madrid to 2 La Liga crowns, 2 UEFA Europa League titles, and appearances in several Champions League finals. Jupp Heynckes. As a player, he was a multiple-time Champions League winner, who then went on to manage Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Heynckes was a member of the Borussia Mönchengladbach team that Liverpool defeated in the 1977 European Cup final. He did, however, win the UEFA Cup, and 3 Bundesliga crowns, and the German Cup during his stay at the club. He was a substitute for West Germany when they won the World Cup in 1974, but he did play for his country when he won the European Champions in 1972. Heynckes won the Champions League with Real Madrid in 1998, their first European Cup in 32 years, and then the treble with Bayern Munich 15 years later in his final season as a manager. Bayern even persuaded him to come out of retirement in 2017, and the team went on to win the Bundesliga and reach the Champions League semifinals. Number 6, Mario Zagallo. The first person to win the World Cup as a player and a manager, Zagallo was a part of the greatest teams in history, first as a player and then later as a manager, making him the first player to win the World Cup both on and off the field. The winger Zagallo was a member of the magnificent 1958 Brazil team that won the Jules Rimet Trophy and then went on to play the 1962 team that successfully defended the medal. He was the iconic manager of the legendary team that won the World Cup in Mexico in 1970, and he also had an assistant coach for the 1994 visitors. Number 5, Franz Beckenbauer. Der Kaiser, a World Cup winning captain and manager, a virtual inventor of the sweeper post, and a European Cup icon, is without a doubt one of the most influential figures in football history. He dominated the second half of the 1960s and early 1970s as a player, revolutionizing the center-back role and was known as a sweeper. Beckenbauer was the driving force behind Bayern Munich's ascent to prominence, winning 4 Bundesliga titles and 3 consecutive European Cups with the club and captaining West Germany to European Championship and World Cup titles in 1972 and 1974. he still had time to assist Hamburg in winning the 1982 Bundesliga title before taking over as West Germany manager as his playing career ended. Beckenbauer became the first man to captain and manage a nation to a World Cup victory in 1990, avenging a 1986 World Cup final defeat to Argentina. He won the 1991 Ligue 1 title with Marseille, and also he won the 1994 German title and the 1996 UEFA Cup with Bayern Munich. Number 4, Zinedine Zidane. The finest of his generation and the king of the Champions League. It can't be luck, as some claim, and no one can do what he did with Real Madrid. A real team has not won both the league and the European Cup since 1958. And, Zidane managed to accomplish his feat in his second season, which also included the Champions League. In fact, by winning the competition for the second year in a row, he became the only manager to accomplish it since Arrigo Sacchi, 27 years ago. The Frenchman became the first player to defend the Champions League championship in the contemporary era. With Real Madrid, he won the competition 3 years in a row. Zidane also guided Real Madrid to 2 La Liga titles. So let us now turn our attention to Zidane, the player. He's a World Cup and European Championship winner and a league winner in both Italy and Spain with Juventus and Real Madrid, where he also played in the Champions League. He made one of the greatest volleys in history in the memorable 2003 final. Number 3, Carlo Ancelotti. As a player, he won back-to-back European Cups, and as a manager, he became the first man to win 4 European Cups. Ancelotti was a midfielder in the all-conquering Milan squad of the late 1980s and early 1990s, and he was a Serie A champion and 4-time Italian Cup winner with Roma. He won 2 European Cups and 2 Serie A titles there, as well as scoring a spectacular long-range goal in a 5-0 hammering of Real Madrid in the European Cup quarterfinals in 1989. He was also a member of the Italian team that came third in the 1990 World Cup, and he went on to have a wildly successful post-playing management career. His first big honor came in 2003 with the Italian Cup, which was quickly followed by the Champions League. And he has since gone on to become the first man in history to manage 4 European Cup winning clubs, with Milan in 2003 and in 2007, and Real Madrid in 2014 and 22. Add in a Premier League and FA Cup double with Chelsea, a French crown with PSG, and a Spanish Cup with Real Madrid, and you've got yourself a resume, and an impressive one at that. Number 2, Pep Guardiola. He played in Barcelona's European Cup winning Dream Team, and then formed his own Dream Team and dominated Germany in the world. He was a decent player. After breaking into Barcelona's first team in the 1991-92 season, he finished it as a Spanish League champion in the Dream Team, winning La Liga in 93 and 94. The Cup winners, the Winners' Cup. The naming conventions are sometimes weird. You can't blame me. Anyways, he won the Winners' Cup in 1997 and the Spanish Cup the following year. In 1998 and 1999, Barcelona won 2 more titles, but 10 years later, as the manager of the club, he won an astonishing 6 trophies in the same calendar year. He built footballing dynasties as a manager, winning league titles with Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. However, he gets pipped to the top of the list by this legend who inspired him. Number 1, Johan Cruyff. Guardiola wouldn't have established been able to achieve what he was able to achieve without Cruyff. One of the greatest ever footballers, a wonderfully successful manager, and a person of enormous influence across borders and decades. He's perhaps one of the most important figures in football history, maybe even the most important figure, having been one of the game's greatest players and subsequently managers. He was the driving force behind Ajax's groundbreaking brand of total football, which led to the Dutch club winning a hat-trick of European Cups in the early 70s. Cruyff was magnificent for the Netherlands in the 1974 World Cup, and despite losing to Germany in the final, his performance and the Dutch style of play have gained them legendary status. He joined Barcelona as a player in 1973, and he led the team to their first Spanish trophy in 14 years. He actually then returned to the Netherlands to win the Dutch title with Feyenoord before taking over as Ajax manager and then leading them to their first European crown since his playing days in 1987. Cruyff was hired by Barcelona, and he changed the way that the club played football, winning multiple trophies as well as instilling a style that's stuck. It has lasted over time, and it's popular still. It's legendary. And with that, we've come to an end. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Until next time.